or gosh, lest I wash the dishes, right? So I put, if this is my values, I've got 6 over here, right? Like most men, and we're all married, we're all adults, most of us. So Jaxie, would you like to come up and show? For Jax, 6 is like this. Okay, it's different because we are different. Okay, Felicia asked me just to touch a little bit on sexuality. I do a full hour talk on enhancing your relationship using advanced sexual techniques. I won't go into that today, but I just wanted to mention that it's a very, very important aspect of our lives, and I'll touch on it in a minute. I'm back to values. So right on the top of my values is learning and teaching. What I'm doing right now is the best thing I could ever do. Thank you once again. So the problem is that when I go to a Dr. DeMartini seminar, in fact, I was here the other day for Millennium Mind Intensive, 3 days of learning. It's like heaven to me, okay? But I come home, I go, Jaxie, you're going to be cross with me. She goes, oh gosh, what have you done? I said, I spent 20,000 Rand on another course. She goes, oh, you're naughty, we don't have that in the budget. I go, oh, I'm so sorry. But I'm not really, because right high on my values is learning. And so I'll endure pain and pleasure to study. Jax will come home with a different high value. So what I'm trying to give you here is that you are different. Okay, and at the end of the day, don't you just want to be loved and respected for who you are? I'm going to ask that again. I'm going to ask it this side, and everyone here can get it. At the end of the day, don't you just want to be loved and respected for who you are? So does your partner. So does your boss. So do your parents. So do your children. We spend our lives trying to make people exactly the same as us. So let me give you a quick example about feedback. You know, feedback is a constructive criticism. Yes, constructive criticism. My sweetheart, I noticed that you did this like this, and I would have done it like this. In other words, you should have done it like me. Okay? So we're going to always come against a set of values, and what your partner values, they make their decisions based on that. And the beauty is that if you're strong in one area, you'll probably attract somebody that's strong in another, and you complete each other. So have you ever seen a successful company that has a structure like this? MD, 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 MD. No, right. The successful company will have MD, financial director, marketing director, sales director, ops manager, and all of their differences make them a team. Your marriage is the same. You need to find out what you're strong at and be strong there, and where your partner is weak, you help them out. There are also 7 areas of life, and I'd like to go through them because we've been told in the past that they have to be in balance. All right? So there's mental, there's spiritual, there's physical, social, family, vocation, and financial. One of those will be more important to you than the other. Now, I'm going to generalize, and I know it's always dangerous, but 75% of men will have high values in vocation, their work, finance, money, and learning, mental. 75% of females will have a high value on physical, social, and family. The truth is, if both of you had a high value on money, there'd be no children. If both of you had a high value on children, there'd be lots of kids, but no money. Okay? So the truth is, you actually complement each other. And if I can give you anything today, it would be exactly that. I want to give you just one more thought, or a couple more thoughts. I want to give you a definition of depression, or anxiety, or stress. Dr. DeMartini defines depression as when you compare reality with your fantasy of what you think should have happened. So how many of you can go back to when you were at school and you had an expectation of how your life would turn out? How's that working for you? Okay? Okay, so the truth is, whenever you have an expectation, and you should have expectations, but I want to highlight for you that in marriages, in relationships, it's your expectations in work, it's your expectations in life, it's your expectations that cause you the strife. So I'm going to give you a great example just to highlight it, right? So all of you who are married or in a relationship have an expectation that your partner will be faithful, right?
Yes.
And that's a good expectation to have. In the unlikely event that he or she isn't, you have this expectation, and this is reality, and that's what causes you the stress. Okay, so if you take it into, for example, road rage, just to give you another example, if you have an unrealistic expectation that taxi drivers are going to obey the law, you're going to be frustrated your whole life, like me. I think that's why I'm bald. Okay? So I ask you just to look at your expectations and your expectations of your marriage. And I love to give this example, and I specifically like when Jackie's here to hear it. We have an agreement, and I'd like to give this all to you. It's a great one. If one of you is home in the evening and the other one arrives home, okay, have an agreement that whatever you're doing, you'll stop, get up, go to the front door, and welcome them and kiss them. Okay? So we have this agreement. When Jaxie comes home, I hear the gate. I jump up, open the front door, go out, get a laptop at the boot, kiss her, and walk her in. When I get home, I have the same expectation, right? Because we have an agreement. I get in and she'll look over on a computer and go, I just want to finish the sentence. And you know what? The problem is, because I had that expectation, whenever I came home, I found I was upset. It's stupid. I mean, it's petty. It's stupid. That's fine. So eventually I sat her down and I said, Jaxie, bye. I want to stop this agreement because it's causing me pain. So what we should do is, don't bother. Okay, I'm not going to bother, and you don't bother, and then it can't bother us. She said no, okay, and she's been a lot better ever since. So thank you for that. I'd love to share my favorite wedding poem with you. And Felicia, you're going to love this. This is essentially what you said earlier. And it was written by Bob Marley. Would you just listen to how pragmatic this is? He's not perfect, and you aren't either. And the two of you will never be perfect. But if he can make you laugh at least once, causes you to think twice, and if he admits to being human and making mistakes, hold on to him and give him the most you can. He isn't going to quote poetry, and he's not thinking about you every single second of the day. But he will give you a part of him that he knows you could break. Don't hurt him, don't change him, and don't expect for more than he can give. Smile when he makes you happy, yell when he makes you mad, and miss him when he's not there. Love hard when there's love to be had, because perfect guys don't exist, but there's always one guy that is perfect for you.
Yeah.
When I saw that was Bob Marley, I thought, that's rather wise from a Rastafarian. So I'd like to, as I draw to an end, I'd like you just to face your partner. I'd like you to look lovingly into their eyes, and I'd love you to renew your vows. I'd like you to say to your partner, you know what, even if you want to take your rings off, okay, take your ring off, give it to your partner. Okay? Anyone want